Award season is firmly upon us. I think it all probably culminates. I know that there are a couple of little award shows after the fact, but March 10th with the Oscars, the only reason I remember it is it's because it's the day after my birthday. But with the other ones that are, out and in the way, we're going to be talking about the BAFTAs here in the next couple of days because there's some interesting stuff that came out of that. But also the People's Choice Award, the people, not that hack who's trying to profiteer off of burnt Hawaiians, but no, the People's Choice Awards took place, and it's just kind of a, let's say, shell of its former self, but what the hell were the People's Choice Awards to begin with? But now I think that they've probably reached an all-time low, affording Rachel Zegler, of all people, an action movie star of the year. Now, this would be an expert troll if the people that were voting on these just decided to go ahead and is like, they nominated her? Okay. Well, hey, man, she didn't get enough backlash in 2023. This one ought to be hilarious. So if there was a concerted effort to go ahead and meme this into reality, I would actually give him props for that. But I kind of think that this was done in earnest because this bitch had a prepared speech. Like, what are we doing? Okay. The people have declared Rachel Zegler to be the most popular action movie star of 2023 based on her performance of the flop that was The Hunger Games. Like, what? Like, what were the stunts that she performed? Like, there were a couple of screenshots that we seen her just kind of doing a back flop off the top of a building. And outside of that, I don't really know. I can tell you there are some other people that were nominated that probably deserve it a little bit more than her, but okay. Winner of the People's Choice Awards are determined through fan voting with the results announced live on NBC and Peacock. Zegler's win came amid nominations that also included her Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes co-star Viola Davis, yes, as well as Tom Cruise, who literally drove a dirt bike off a cliff. Not nearly as impressive as being a second for an origin story for the ultimate evil in the Hunger Games universe. Interesting. Gal Gadot, in Heart of Stone, but then also personality and face of stone as well. Brie Larson for the Marvels. Holy shit, if that was based on dangerous stunts, you should have afforded that to the audience because you put them in more peril than she was under during that film. Jason Momoa for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, the surprise hit for the DCEU's conclusionary chapter. Interesting. Chris Pratt, for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Well, didn't he have other performances that he did that weren't just top of the Marvel sledge heap pile? Whatever. And yes, Keanu Reeves for John Wick 4. The man fell down how many flights of stairs? Actually learned how to more than proficiently shoot an assortment of firearms. But no. Rachel Zegler is an award-winning action star. Can you say that, Keanu? I don't think so. Thank you. Zegler said when accepting the award, "I love movies." Oh, thanks. I love movies. I love making them. And I am a fan of movies. I am surrounded by movie fans tonight and movie fans how vacuous is this? And I am so thankful to everyone who's ever bought a ticket and watched something that so many people have made. Exactly. The Chris Stuckman assessment that thing is good because a lot of people worked on it. It was very difficult to do. For so long in this business, I didn't think I fit in, but tonight you made me feel that I don't have to change myself to be chosen. No, you don't. Please, go back on the interview circuit and the promotion of Snow White. Okay, now you're an award-winning action star. Go ahead, just go be yourself out there. Stop with this facade of you being a fake nice person. I'm about sick and tired of it. Go back out to be that insufferable little entitled broad that we all know is just under the surface. Yes, and I appreciate you so much. That being said, so many people made this movie. I want to thank Francis Lawrence, our director, Nina Jacobson, our producer. Yeah, a whole bunch of other crap that's down there. I just wanted to thank the studio and Lionsgate for giving me this great opportunity to continue to tank a franchise and allowing me to do such dangerous stunts like playing a guitar, screaming on the ground, standing in a bombed out stadium, and also looking very concerned while dressed like you're at a Renaissance fair. Rachel Zegler was nominated for another award at the big event. Oh, Oh, she was up for Female Movie Star of the Year. Yes, star of a movie that got a 6 out of 10 from CBR. That was the lowest grossing Hunger Games film and didn't turn a profit. Like, what do we do? Come on, man. It's stiff competition, right? From Viola Davis, Halle Bailey for The Little Flop Maid, Jennifer Lawrence, the original action star, not just the original character from the Hunger Games franchise, but the very first female literally ever. Jenna Ortega from Scream 6. They're still making those, huh? Florence Pugh and Julia Roberts. Why would they have Florence? She was just a dead commie in Oppenheimer. Like, okay, well, whatever. That's kind of an interesting thing that they nominate basically Cillian Murphy's, fleshlight, but oh well, better get something out of that whole, the camera broke in the middle of our sex scene. But now, let's get to the reactions, but because I see something like that and it's like, oh, the People's Choice Award, yeah, the studios can go ahead and rig that to make Rachel Zegler seem a little bit more palatable, but it's kind of funny in the grand scheme of things, because that right there, this little 5 foot nothing little bundle of insufferability is more of an action draw than John Wick, than Star-Lord, than Aquaman. Okay, it might be a little bit more of a draw than Aquaman. Actually, no, you look at the box office of, Fallen Kingdom or Lost Kingdom, the Aquaman 2, and it made more money than Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. But hey, man, it's not like a popular voting contest is a popularity contest. Rachel Zegler won Action Movie Star of the Year over Tom. Oh yeah, right. And Tom, actual movie star, legit does his own stunts. I don't think Rachel Zegler can say the same thing. Cruise and Keanu Reeves. And of course, the internet has thoughts. And yes, we have one right. Oh, thoughts. Thoughts. Oh, okay. Right. Different spelling. It's award season in the movie industry, and whether you realize it or not, there is a lively and robust corner of the internet that is very into such things. And yeah, a lot of people were. It was a cultural phenomenon. There was a point in time, gather round, folks, we're about to tell you a story about the before times when people used to gather around their television sets. They would sit down, maybe with a bingo card, maybe to just go ahead and cross off all the winners on the night, place a couple of bets on the Oscars. But those are, holy man, like that's been a long old time since anybody's done that. We're probably getting up to about 10, 15, maybe 20 years at this point in time, when the best picture was actually something that you've seen and wasn't a, fake point of pride that, I watch experimental films. It's like, yeah, that's very nice. But he cares, you cheese-stinking weirdo. Probably why it doesn't feel like there are nearly as many shocks at the Oscars each year, as far as I know. However, the appetite for predicting the People's Choice Awards isn't quite so hearty. Yeah, like they've always been kind of a joke. Not quite as bad as the Kids' Choice Award, where they used to hand out surfboards and stuff like that. Anyways, most viewers are really flying blind and just going off hunches, which is probably why there was so much collective shock when the winner of Action Movie Star of the Year was announced, and rather than Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves, Jason Momoa, or hell, even Brie Larson, and it's like, okay, well, she did have to get into some kind of costume. She did have to dance, and she was in front of a blue screen, or rather the volume, quite a lot, so she did something. Rachel Zegler was announced as the winner. But also, I'm also kind of thinking of this, because you take a look at that lineup of the people that were nominated. Was Rachel the only one who could show up in person to accept the award? I'm just kind of thinking that right now. Star of the Hunger Games prequel, gave a lovely speech about a whole bunch of crap. It went over very well on social media. Yeah, exactly. Keanu Reeves fell down 50 flights of steps, and Tom Cruise drove a motorbike off a cliff. But hey, they don't look nearly as good in a dress, right? It's not just that one outlier. It's not just that one outlier either. If you look underneath the most generic social media posts, blandly and without opinion announcing her win, they're almost entirely filled with users expressing confusion, with many not sure what she was actually nominated for. Yeah, the answer is Hunger Games. Yes, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Because yeah, most of the Rachel Zegler news cycle in 2023 was all about Snow White, and that's not coming out, regrettably, for another year. Oh, Disney's in for a busy 2025. We're going to be talking an awful lot about that. There might actually be something about that coming out in the next couple of days or so. Stay tuned, right? Zegler was, very good, apparently, which should definitely buck her recent trends of performances where she's, wow, really bad, to, oh, wow, just another symptom and another reason as to why that movie bombed. Though it's obviously, yes, not the traditional Arnold Schwarzenegger style of role people might assume would be victorious in a category like this. The reaction was far from universally negative, though. Hunger Games has a really passionate online fan base. Don't have to tell me twice, just Spurgs. And Rachel Zegler herself has many supporters. Yeah, just like the Amber Heard simps that are out there, they're all very interesting people. Voters for the People's Choice Awards tend to be younger and probably, yes, terminally online compared to the average person. So a video of her boyfriend, Josh, some cuck, celebrated her win, yes, has thousands of likes, and yeah, who gives a shit? We could all argue until we go to sleep tonight about whether Rachel Zegler deserved to be nominated in a category like this, but frankly, there are bigger fish to fry, and no, we're not talking about Halle Bailey's Little Mermaid performance. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.